All right, so trying to pick the right AI assistant these days can feel, well, a little like you're lost in a maze, right? Today, we're going to zero in on one specific family of tools, Claude. We're going to break down the big differences between Claude AI, Claude Code, and Claude Cowork so you can figure out which one is the perfect partner for what you need to do. Let's dive in.
I mean, seriously, it feels like a new AI tool launches every single day. The choices are just overwhelming. Do you need a generalist, a specialist, an automator? Figuring out what each tool was actually built for, that's the real key to making the right call.
So we're going to be using this fantastic breakdown as our guide. Our mission here is pretty simple. We're going to demystify these three versions of Claude. The goal is that by the end of this, you'll know exactly which one fits your workflow. We'll get into what they are, when to use them, and, how they actually work under the hood.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. What is the core mission of each tool? I mean, what was it designed to do from day one? Understanding this is, without a doubt, the most important step in picking the right one for you.
First up, the one you've probably heard of or even used, Claude AI. Think of this as your all-around creative partner. It's that classic conversational AI, It's built for all those everyday things. Brainstorming ideas, drafting emails, summarizing long articles, basically being a solid thinking partner. Next, we have this specialist of the group, Claude Code. And trust me, this is a completely different animal. We're not talking about casual chatting here. This thing is a powerhouse command line tool made specifically for developers. You can think of it like an autonomous coding agent that can actually build, debug, and refactor code all by itself right in your terminal.
And rounding out our trio is Claude Cowork. This one kind of bridges the gap between the other two. It's a really user-friendly desktop app, but its mission is super powerful: automation. It's designed to handle all those tedious, repetitive tasks, like organizing files, pulling data from documents, and automating workflows across different apps. And the best part? You don't have to write a single line of code. Okay, so we know what they're supposed to do, but what does that actually look like when the rubber meets the road? Let's jump into a direct, head-to-head comparison to see how this all plays out in the real world.
This right here really drives home the different hats these tools wear. With Claude AI, you're the writer, you're the thinker, brainstorming and creating content. With Claude Code, you're the developer, deep in the code, building and fixing things. And with Claude Cowork, you're the organizer, the efficiency expert, automating all the boring stuff that slows you down. I mean, it just makes sense, right? You wouldn't ask a writer to debug a complex program, and you wouldn't ask a developer to brainstorm a marketing campaign. But let's be real, no tool is perfect, not a single one. Each of these comes with its own set of pros and cons, its own advantages and limitations, and understanding those trade-offs, that's absolutely crucial.
This is where you can really see the unique superpowers of each tool. Claude AI's big win is its simplicity. It's just so versatile and ready to go right out of the box. Claude Code's strength? Oh, it's that raw autonomy and its deep, deep understanding of entire code bases. And then Claude Cowork's magic is its ability to create these powerful automations without any coding. Each one gives you a totally distinct kind of power.
And of course, on the flip side, every tool has its trade-offs. With Claude AI, you still have to do the manual follow-up. Claude Code, well, it needs careful supervision and it can have some costs tied to it. And Claude Cowork is still pretty new, it's in its early stages, so you might find fewer customization options. It's all about finding that right balance for what you actually need. So beyond just what they do, it's really important to get a feel for how they do it. The actual user experience, the process you go through to get something done, it's fundamentally different for each of these tools. The standard Claude AI workflow is super straightforward, probably what you'd expect. You type a prompt into a chat window, the Claude models do their thing, and boom, you get an output. It's that simple, conversational back and forth.
Now, Claude Code's workflow, this is much more complex, and honestly, way cooler. You're talking to it through a command line interface, but the real game changer, the secret sauce, is its file system memory. This means it's not just remembering your last message. It is actively reading and understanding all the files in your project. It then uses that context to write and build code directly into your codebase. It's a totally seamless development cycle.
Claude Cowork offers this really fascinating hybrid approach. It takes the easy conversational interface from Claude AI, but gives it the power to take direct action on your computer. It's like you're giving a verbal command to a real personal assistant who then goes and actually organizes your messy folders, updates your spreadsheets, and manages your apps for you. So after looking at their missions, their use cases, their pros and cons, and their workflows, how do you actually pick your AI partner? Let's boil all this down to one final, simple takeaway.
Here it is, your cheat sheet. If you need a creative partner for everyday thinking and analysis, you go with Claude AI. If you're a developer who needs pure, raw efficiency for complex coding tasks, you want Claude Code. And if you just want to free up your time by automating all those annoying digital chores without touching any code, Claude Cowork is your answer. Simple as that.
And that kind of leaves us with this big, thought-provoking question, doesn't it? As AI gets more and more specialized, are we all eventually going to need our own personal team of AI agents just to manage our digital lives? It's definitely something to think about as we move deeper into this new AI era. Thanks so much for tuning in.